IVM.
Hello and welcome to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru. Yash, what's up?
Hey.
And Baru.
Hello.
Have you guys been watching any football in the last 10 days?
No.
Unfortunately, yes.
Why? What are you watching?
I watched Belgium versus England. It was such a...
Oh man. Dude, what happened in that? I heard for the first half an hour England got battered so badly and they didn't deserve to do anything. But somehow they win 2-1. Is this the template for the future, Yash?
Yeah, it was probably the Gareth Southgate template done perfectly. Play shit and win somehow.
Baru, the template has 6 right backs and Jordan Pickford. So you think that's a sustainable way of playing football?
Yeah, I think he's also started taking inputs from Lampard for his midfield with Mason Mount featuring getting a good score in his post-match interactions.
Just what?
Didn't we ask him how Grealish did and he answered with Mason Mount?
Yeah, yes. What explains this love for Mason Mount by all his managers? We first thought it was only Lampard's love child, but Lampard and Southgate's.
I guess he tries very hard and gets very lucky with his shooting. Apart from that, I think Southgate is also inspired by Klopp because he said, Klopp famously does not play with a creative midfielders. And he says gegenpress is the best playmaker.
So that's where Mount comes.
But obviously Southgate cannot coach a gegenpress to save his life. It's more like goo press, gagan press. I don't know.
Gagan press. So is Mason Mount like the anti-Ozil or something? Like he looks like he's doing a lot of work. Ozil looks like he's not doing any work.
Yeah, and Baru, do you think Mason Mount also buys Puran Poli for Southgate and Lampard on Gudi Padwa?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I would expect somebody like a Mane or a Sane to do that, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure, dude. Mane goes on his...
Mason Londonkar is also...
I'm sure Mason, Mane goes on his birthday with a bag full of chocolates. Hello, sir. Today's my birthday. I have a feeling Liverpool have everyday assembly also, where they do Daya kar daan vidya ka, hame Paramatma.
Kante would be leading the players or something with his perfect uniform and crisp white shoes.
Kante is so sincere.
Wearing the correct house uniform on the right days.
Kante is so sincere, he starts his prayers at 4 a.m. with Allah.
Okay, yeah, but that is sincerity, right? But that he needs to do it in school also. So
I'm sure he used to do it in school. If Kante was in 10th standard also, he probably would have been considered as 3rd or 4th. So वो primary का assembly भी कर लेता था, फिर secondary में आके भी कर लेता. All right, enough of this nonsense. Project Big Picture, guys. The world's changing as we see it.
Yeah. Are you talking about the plans for Football Twaddle over the next 5 years, or?
Oh, yeah. I mean, ours is Project Very Big Picture.
This is smaller.
This is smaller than that. we have to broadcast the big picture, you see. All right. So here's what I gathered, Yash, from everything I've read about this Project Big Picture. It benefits all the clubs other than so there are 92 clubs in this English whole fold, right? So it probably benefits 78 clubs.
Okay.
It doesn't benefit just 14 clubs or probably 16 max. So
this is because they're reducing the number of teams in the league?
No, so here's the thing, right? So
the 11 clubs who are already in the Premier League.
So here's the thing. So League 1 and League 2 basically need money. 70% of those clubs are going extinct.
Bankrupt, yeah.
Right? So what? And they went on saying, "Give us money, give us money." So what? Which smartly, now we know why Ed Woodward was not able to get any transfers done because he was working on this stupid Excel sheet. But so what they said is that we will give 250 million pounds per year for EFL clubs.
I think it's 25% of revenue.
Of the revenue, yeah. So that's
which right now is 250 million.
250 million.
That's where the figure comes. Yep.
Yeah. So that goes directly, right? So the clubs don't have to worry about it. They basically have to get rid of 2 clubs which will move to the National League, which will not be part of this. And they reduce the Premier League to 18 clubs.
All right.
Where only 2 clubs get promotion, and the 16th team in the Premier League, teams which finishes 16th, will basically do a playoff with teams finishing 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the championship. Right?
All right.
So this is the model they're proposing, and all the clubs are asking, all these 6 clubs are asking is that you give us the power to decide, and you will have all of this wonderland where you'll get so much money. Everything you will have. All you need to do is give power instead of like Premier League used to have 1 team, 1 vote.
Yeah.
1 club, 1 vote. So they said, no, you make it 9 clubs. And even in that 9, 3 are legacy clubs, which is West Ham, Everton, and Southampton. Oh, yeah. Right? But even in that council of 9, you can be vetoed 6-3. Correct? Yeah. So the top 6 all can make all the decisions. They said, we are giving you everything you want in the world. We just need the power. I don't know why is that such a bad thing, man.
No, wait. So the remaining 11 clubs have no votes.
Nothing there.
No, there's much outrage about this because of the principle of democracy, and 1 team, 1 vote is being clearly violated here. That's why. That's where the outrage comes from.
So here's the thing, right? A few days ago, they asked Sean Dyche at Burnley. EFL clubs are like going extinct and they want Premier League to help. And he made a statement that why should Premier League clubs help? If they go extinct, it's their headache. He took the Yash Sawant line.
Yeah.
It's like legacy clubs hai, kuch nahi hai. If they go extinct, they do. Why should Burnley do anything to help? Now Burnley finds itself in a position where all the EFL clubs are saying, this is amazing. we are never going to come to the Premier League anyway.
Yeah.
So just give us the money. And Burnley is like, no, this is so unfair to the fabric of the Premier League.
Yeah. So what my opinion about all this is that this is basic market structure in economics working. These are big clubs which are oligopolies, which are cartelizing and concentrating all the power in their hands. But at the end of the day, they are the ones generating all the revenue. So what they're basically doing is, okay, we'll give you a part of the pie, 25%, but this is our league. It's basically like an invitational league where we invite the other 9 teams to play with us. That's about it. And we have to wait for, I think, West Ham or Southampton to get relegated for some other club to have power. So I think it's pretty bad for Wolves or Leicester. Because one more thing that I read was that these clubs will also have a veto on ownership in the Premier League. So basically what they're telling the billionaires of the world is go down and then come up, like the famous class of 92 and Peter Lim. Maybe not that low to the 8th tier, but whatever. I think it's the Premier League where they can veto the ownership of clubs.
I can't imagine Ed Woodward going to Mohammed bin Salman and saying you can't buy like Newcastle United.
Yeah, so basically, again, see, who came up with this? Liverpool and United have taken the lead, right? Both of them have American owners, and this is how the franchise system in American sport works. It's they are not clubs; they are franchises, and the other franchise owners can vote. So it's basically a group of billionaire friends playing among themselves.
So I was reading this, and I was not reading this part like now. This was like 3-4 years ago where they were interviewing John Henry, the Liverpool owner. And he said the world of football just boggles my mind. He's like, after putting in so much money, there's something called relegation. Like, I just don't get it. And he said contracts have no sanctity here. Anyone can be transferred. You can lure anyone. I don't get it. He's like, once you sign a contract, you have to stay there for that length of time.
Right.
So I think all the American owners are trying to gang up together. But the beauty of this, Baru, is that United and Liverpool, they've taken the lead. But after the backlash, our clubs, which is Arsenal, Chelsea, and
The Israeli and the other American.
the disgrace of a club, City, and Spurs, right? These four have distanced themselves from the proposal. Like, no, let's wait and watch. Let's wait and watch. So now it's only Ed Woodward and Liverpool owners on the firing line.
See, ultimately, it still has to go through the existing setup, right? I mean, whatever, if you want to call it the parliamentary rules or the constitution for the Premier League that's in place, that can't be changed unless and until these guys come into power. So that is still in place, where the FA has a veto over any decision.
No, not FA. I think this is the Premier League decision. So if it's passed by 14 clubs, it goes through. But here's the thing. There's one more thing.
No, they have that golden vote or something, right?
I don't know, dude. But if 14 clubs basically say, okay, you go through. But here's another thing. I was reading somewhere that this is their like opening thing, that they want consolidation of power. And this is like their opening gambit. Now they've set their bar so high that if you negotiate them down little more, right, it really doesn't matter because they're still getting all the power.
Yeah, I mean, what the other 75% of the revenue, if they dangle that as a carrot in front of some of the other teams, and possibly, it might be possible.
But wait, how does the whole 18-team thing help again?
Oh, because it is their strong belief that we are playing a lot of wasteful matches, right? And they're like 18 club is fine. I think what the big six are basically telling is people watch only us. We can run this league with the same amount of money if there's anyone else playing alongside with us, right?
So the marginal revenue for those 4 games isn't much. They would much rather play invitational tournaments and spend more time playing friendlies, which the marginal revenue will be more.
All right.
Yeah, so that's so cool. But what do you think is going to happen at the end of this? Because this is going to happen, right? Oh, by the way, there's one more thing I read. A spokesperson for Boris Johnson has condemned the plan as backroom dealing, which undermines the trust of football's governance. Does anyone want to contribute to what Boris Johnson is saying?
I think along with that, even the EFL chief, Larry or Parry, whatever his name
Rick Parry.
Even he is obviously on board with this entire thing because he can see this huge windfall.
Dude, he made it. He created this.
So he's the one who's getting everyone on board right now. And you have a few clubs, I think there's Fleetwood Town or here and there, these random clubs are saying that, we support it, like their vote is going to matter or not.
Yeah, so even Leyton Orient supports it and all of them. They're like, but yes, do you think this is because they're not allowing people into the stadiums, right? The Premier League clubs are like, you know what? If you don't do anything to help us, you're not allowing people into stadiums, right? We are going to start proposing such devilish ideas that the government will be forced to actually do something about it.
Possibly. See, a couple of weeks ago when you said, when we spoke about whether the big clubs are responsible for the smaller clubs, and I clearly said, they aren't. This is how they're showing it. They're basically giving you money, and this is the pound of flesh, the proverbial pound of flesh that they're demanding. Yeah. And this is, because of course, the conditions that exist, and because of the big disparity in the revenues that global clubs like the traditional big six get in. This is sort of inevitable. I mean. The smaller clubs can sort of cry that you're denying us the opportunity to get there, but I don't think they have the opportunity to get there anyway. They would rather just take the money and hope for one of the old clubs to get relegated, or just a billionaire buying their club. That's about it. I mean, there's nothing else that is really changing from a competition point of view.
My God, the teams in red are proposing such radical ideas that Baru's again taken medicine. Okay, now a related topic to this is this whole pay-per-view scandal. Man, Premier is just like pulling off one stunt after the other in this international break. So now, games which are not already on the list for like regular broadcast, you can do pay-per-view and pay £15 per match. Right? And most of the clubs are just like not the big six clubs, obviously. So if you want to watch like your team, like if Burnley or Southampton, you have to start paying £15 per game to watch this. My God, man, Baru, how greedy are these bastards?
Very. See, I'm just glad that we're in India, right? And it's not affecting us because thanks to Hotstar VIP or whatever it's called now, whatever iteration.
We have to pay what 1,500 rupees per year to watch Premier League and Champions League combined, right?
Right.
That's what £20. 1,500 is what £15 a year. That's what we need to pay to watch Premier League, Champions League, and everything else. Those days to watch one game of Burnley versus Southampton, I have to pay £15. Man, I actually think this is a complete pressure tactic. You buggers get us into the stadium. Otherwise, there's no way on earth they could be like.
Yeah, and they're not even. I mean, there was a demand made by the season ticket holders to at least let them watch those games. Like get a code or something which will allow one screen or some other solution of that sort. But they are not doing it. So clearly, I think the smaller teams are putting on pressure because they're so dependent on gate receipts.
Yeah, Baru, there's only one club with heart and soul and spirit in the right place, which is Leicester, and they're the only ones who voted against this proposal of £15. But obviously, United machinery spun into action. They said Woodward first said no, but then he said we didn't want to disturb the quorum of the PL, so he just voted along with others. Right? Why we should just support Leicester? It has Asian owners. We like Asian players as well. It has Vardy.
I think we should just wait for Ozil's PR team to get a sniff of this. And we'll find that Ozil is going to pay for the fans to watch the games if it's not on TV or something.
Oh yeah, talking about cheats. Yes, did you see why Ozil was ready to pay for that poor mascot of theirs? Because he pocketed £8 million for doing nothing.
So that is just the club's stupid dealings or something. I mean, or maybe it was a lack of foresight.
They gave him £8 million to play Fortnite.
Well.
And he is taking credit for trying to pay salary for that part-time worker.
Man, he should run for elections too.
Man. Really, you can't blame Ozil for this. I mean, if it's in his contract, he gets it. Matlab, usko rukna, if he waits for that many years, what is it, like a 6 years?
Loyalty bonus, no?
Loyalty bonus or something, right?
Loyalty bonus? Uska gratuity hai kya ye?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Oh,
so doesn't it like become grow exponentially for the additional year that he's going to stay then?
He does, but he has a fixed term contract, right?
Oh man.
Uska ye nahi hai ki basic into number of years work divided by 12 and all of that is not there in his calculation.
Usko HRA kitna milta hoga?
I think he gets transport allowance of 1,800 rupees per month.
Does he also issue receipts in his parents' name to like take to rent exemption or something?
I'm sure housing in London isn't cheap.
Fifth exemption lena hi padega.
Does he get a security guard exemption for Kolasinac?
Somebody was listing his friends, like this guy has got such an eye for like really good friends. One of his friends is like a agro startup billionaire, biotech billionaire. Another one's like a Eastern European gangster.
And one's a populist dictator. So
is that a friend or a mentor?
Or whatever, father figure. Or Führer figure. And the fourth one is like $1 million-year-old dinosaur.
Who is that? Per motorcycle?
No, like Gunnosaurus, man.
I know, this looks similar. All right, the last question before we take a break. If any one of you is given a job opportunity in Saudi Arabia for considerably more money, would you guys go or would you say no because of the situation?
I'm assuming it'll be to set up or handle a rival channel to BN Sports, so I think I'll go for it.
Like Shein Sports.
I would go, man. MBS is making it easier for people to live there. So.
Yeah, now women can drive cars as well.
Yeah.
What more do people need?
Yeah. I just won't mess around like Mr. Jamal.
Jamal. If you do, your son will inaugurate the Jamal Khashoggi Center of Liberal Arts. All right, we should take a break right now. And since none of us have seen international football, after the break, let's talk about how Edinson Cavani is going to destroy Newcastle. If he's allowed to play, that is. Stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, Niharika Pandey joined Cyrus this week on Cyrus Says. Niharika is the strategic partner manager for Instagram India. Great conversation about the plans for Instagram in India. Karanjit Kaur joined the guys at Uncle Please Sit. Another really interesting conversation about the patriarchy. On Advertising is Dead, old friend Suchita Salwan showed up. Suchita is the founder of LBB. Great conversation she had with Varun. Definitely do check that out as well. Tanvi Lad, who is a nationally ranked badminton player, was on the Habit Coach with Ashton Doctor. Great conversation. I would highly recommend that. The Football Football guys are back. They've been back for a few weeks, but definitely do check out their latest episode. Great conversation they had. On Aditi Surana's Absolutely Right, Manju Sara Rajan was the guest, and again, a great conversation was to be had over there. As always, great conversations all across the board. Check out some of the other stuff like Smile India and Know Your Kanun and All Things Policy. All of them had fresh episodes this week, but with that, let's get you back to your show.
All right, welcome back to Football Twaddle. Baru.
Yo.
And Yash.
What's up?
All right. So Yash, will Cavani make a debut or not? Because is he supposed to be in quarantine? Not in quarantine?
It's all up in the air, man. It seems so unsure that I wouldn't bet on it.
What seems unsure?
That whether he's in quarantine, whether he's in shape, because he's not been playing professional football. So, I mean, the manager might keep him for some League Cup game to come on. Or actually, there are no League Cup games, right? So maybe he'll debut him against his old team in the Champions League.
Oh, that'll be so cool.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Manchester United. Will Alex Telles start?
I think Alex has to, given how Luke Shaw has been playing, and Telles has been playing in Portugal. So, I mean, I think he'll be match fit unless the great Cristiano gave him the corona.
Oh, God. Even that.
Oh, no, wait. He's not in the Portuguese national team. What am I saying? He's in Portugal. So, yeah, he'll play.
Isn't Bruno in contact or something?
No,
I assume so.
Bruno was standing at the penalty area, spot kick area. He didn't come in contact with anyone. Man, and what are these rumors we are hearing? That Bruno is disillusioned at Manchester United, is disillusioned with the path, and he's pissed off with Harry Maguire.
The path, it seems.
Yeah, I hope it was just a friendly argument and he manages to turn things around. Maybe they should give him the armband.
He's just angling for the armband. And Baru, one more thing I've noticed is, even though I didn't watch any games, is that Paul Pogba, whenever Manchester United lose badly, he starts saying Real Madrid are a great club. I would love to go there. Why does he only say that when they start losing the games?
Yeah, I think not only does he say that, but it's also usually around the time that they have an international break, and then he'll put in a really good performance in those matches to show that, look, I do have it in me, so I'm not the problem where it's United.
Yeah, the only difference is I don't think he's doing that for France as well. He's just shit everywhere. So that at least puts Solskjaer on the top. But oh God, how this is must win for Solskjaer, otherwise it's gone. The dream is over. Poch is circling, guys.
Well, I don't think United the board will take a decision this quickly, because it's just 5 games in, and the table's also, not taken shape yet. Liverpool has lost a game. The other big teams have lost games and drawn. So I think he'll still have a month or so to prove himself.
All right. And the last thing about United, Marcus Rashford is a knight.
No, dude, MB is not knight. OB is knight. He's one step away.
Oh, he was given MB?
Yeah.
I thought he was given OB.
No. member.
Oh, God. Shit. So, United will have... Is Matt Busby a Sir?
Yeah.
So, they'll have Sir Matt Busby, Sir Alex Ferguson and Sir Marcus Rashford very soon.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't...
And only
As
one
long as he doesn't do something stupid and as long as the monarchy lasts till he's of a reasonable age.
And only one of those three would have not won a league.
As what?
As a player, manager, anything for United.
Okay. As a manager, yeah, they will be.
Arsenal wala koi hai Baru? MBE types.
Wenger hai na MBE.
Wenger also got MBE.
Yeah, I think he got the OB also. I'm not sure, but
No, he's not sir.
He's not got OB.
This is not Republic, boss. Please give us facts here.
There must be some rule about Englishmen getting it and stuff, no?
I was coming to that. So that is
Sir Vivian Richards.
Yeah, but that country is a part of the Commonwealth, right?
Dominion.
Yeah, still a colony.
Man, they didn't give Kapil Dev or like Sachin Tendulkar any knighthood. What nonsense.
But that's because we broke free, no?
We are still part of the Commonwealth, no?
Commonwealth is a furgy thing. The Antigua is still a part of
Arsene
something
Wenger
else.
is an OB.
Acha?
Yeah, but it's because he's French and all of that. He doesn't,
Get to call himself sir.
Get to call himself a knight or whatever.
Oh God, when are they giving this to Jose Mourinho? Like, what's stopping them?
I think MB, I don't know, man. Maybe he's too brash for them to.
For the monarchy to handle.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't give. I don't think Brian Clough has these titles or whatever.
But I don't think Mourinho is the sort of guy who will spit on his medal in front of the queen.
So, Alex Ferguson is not an OB. He's like a CB, which is a step higher.
Achha,
and that is why he gets to use it.
Okay, once and for all, Baru, what is a CB?
Commander of the British Empire.
And OB is Order of the British.
Officer
of the British. And MB is
member.
So basically, Ferguson is the one who's paying for the Netflix account, and Wenger and Rashford are just tagging along.
This is so stupid. Anyway, that's good. I don't know how many children were helped because of Marcus Rashford, but yeah, he's doing all he can. Other than scoring goals, he's like the ideal human being, dude. What a model personality. All right, let's move to other games. Manchester City are playing Arsenal. Baru. Kevin De Bruyne is a major doubt. That means he's 100% starting.
I saw Aguero was in training too or something.
He is also 100% starting.
Just in time.
Yeah.
But yeah, this time, I mean, again, looking at our track record with City in all the last, how many games have we played against them? One game?
The track record of City and the last one game we played with them.
We have a 100% win record.
Wow, dude, I like how the window gets smaller and smaller. Like for Liverpool, it was the year or something.
So yeah, plus we have,
I remember he said for Liverpool in 2020 we have a 3-0 lead or something.
Anyway, there have been some strengthening that's happened in the Arsenal score. So hopefully we can repeat our last victory against them with a little more possession of the ball. Like last time, where we just hope that some like Aubameyang would be at the receiving end of a route 8 pass.
So now what are you hoping? That it'll bounce off someone's head
and then in the center and then go to Aubameyang.
Will he start? Will Thomas Partey start, or is it like a Manchester United type signing? No one knows whether he'll start or not.
अभी Simeone से इतना गाली पड़ा है.
What was that? I didn't realize. What is Simeone scolding you guys for?
Nothing. He's just upset that we gave them Torreira when he wanted to use Torreira with Partey. And now he has like a Partey-sized hole in his midfield.
So is it like when you get Bunty but you don't get
the Chhatri with him? So this is Bunty without a Chhatri.
I can't believe you guys stole the Chhatri. Do you know the places that Chhatri has been in?
It's been in and around Messi, so we know that. Left quite a mess.
All right. But what's going to happen, you said? Arsenal is going to win again, you're saying. And repeat.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Chelsea play. Who do they play? Southampton. Yeah, God. I heard rumors that Ziyech is training for half an hour.
Wow.
And Pulisic is running around the training field. But Ben Chilwell has withdrawn from the England squad or something. So we'll never have all our signings ever starting a game. I think
Is Ferguson like advising for all of these clubs now? Giving them like injuries to use isko ball, ankle mud gaya, maine khel sakta. Suddenly all of these players are dropping out of international duty for niggles.
Dude, but the one player, oh shit, did you see? The fight between John and Gary is going to get intense because of Harry Kane. Do you know the story? Who is John?
Yeah.
Exactly. So
John Mourinho and Gary Southgate.
Mourinho called Southgate Gary for like 2 days in a row. And then third day he says, oh no, I did a mistake. It was a sincere thing. I called Southgate and said, by mistake, Gary bol raha tha. I was actually referring to you. And Southgate, I think in between called him John or something.
No, Mourinho said that he can call me John.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So Mourinho is controlling both sides of the narrative now.
Dude, that is so brilliant. I by mistake called him Gary, but Gary can call me John. But Harry Kane supposedly is injured, but Southgate is still putting him on the bench and starting him in the last game, right?
Yeah.
So if Harry Kane comes back injured, imagine John Gary is going to get very, very angry. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, he missed an open header, man. That's one of the few things I remember from the game. So he was not on the game at least. But it was pointless being there.
Harry Kane already has 6 assists this season. Right?
Fair enough. Yeah,
and that 20 is the record, right? Or did KDB beat that record?
He did beat it, right?
Yeah.
He didn't beat it, no?
He did.
He did. Oh, so I don't know. This time Harry Kane may be the highest assist giver in the Premier League. But dude, that team is so strong, man. I was looking at that squad. Gareth Bale will start. Then they have Son. Then they have Harry Kane. Then they have Aurier or Doherty. And then they have Reguilon. And they have Ndombele. My God, what a team that has become suddenly. I think they'll win the league. I have a sneaky suspicion. I secretly think that they'll win the league. But don't you guys get that feeling yet?
No.
Just because you don't want him to.
No, because come on, you mentioned players which most likely will fail, man. I mean, remember what a joke Aurier was defensively.
So that's why they bought Doherty, no? And
yeah, so and Bale also hasn't done much for a year. They obviously have that their core set of players will perform, but they're Spurs, man. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, Baru, Leeds are playing Wolves.
Isn't like under par a good performance for Bale nowadays?
Under par. Yeah, so he's going to do 7 under par. He's going to just kill it. Okay, Leeds are playing Wolves, Baru. Again, we have 2 sets of 11 players just running behind the ball and people calling it pressing and tactics and the Bielsa way of life. And
what was Guardiola's problem with Bielsa asking him, immediately after the game, how did you like the game?
No, do you want to discuss it? He didn't have a problem. He said, do you want to discuss the game? And Guardiola was like, Abbe chup budde, I need to really get out of this place. But he said it in a nice way. He's like, I am not that intelligent. Only one guy can do it.
He basically said that, the game just got over. I don't know how it went, how I can't analyze it or anything.
Yeah.
But this man here has already analyzed it and he knows what he thought about the game. I'm like, wow, what is he going to talk about football Twaddle when he finds out how we review games?
Well, it will be so much fun when we have Bielsa. So he's like, sir, hua kya? Penalty.
Your people are running around too much, Bielsa.
But the one thing I've noticed about Bielsa is that, he has this translator guy. Bielsa doesn't stop. He is talking, translator starts talking 5 seconds after that. They're just two people talking at the same time. Oh man, what is this Hawa, dude? I mean, I swear. Is Leeds part of the 9 of a project, a big picture?
Obviously not. No, they just came. They'll have to wait for I think the entire bunch to get relegated. No.
Thank God.
7-8 teams.
Kick them out, and Bielsa will get fired. Then Pep Guardiola can go home and eat sambar rice and watch TV or something.
Sambar rice.
Okay. Then who else is playing who? Leicester is playing Aston Villa. It's Jamie Vardy versus Ollie Watkins. Guys, I have no opinion on this. Other than Leicester are a good team with a good heart. The owners are nice and they're from Thailand. So Leicester is my second favorite team now.
Wow,
they give good duty-free rates. So
I don't think they do actually. Mumbai duty-free is cheaper than Bangkok.
Okay.
Should we now start deciding our support to clubs based on our sponsors' rates? What are selling things at? Who are the shirt sponsors for United, by the way?
Nice Chevrolet.
वह तो ऐसी company है. All right. Okay, let's get to this. The games of the week you guys are going to watch. Yash, starting with you.
The Merseyside derby.
Oh shit, dude! What's going to happen in that?
Well, I mean, I was looking at all the transfers that Everton made, and I think I might have overestimated how good they were. Like that, I didn't know that Doucouré was the same Doucouré from Watford. I thought he's some cool new French guy.
Senegalese.
Yeah.
Dude, that Doucouré was good Doucouré, the Watford Doucouré.
Yeah, but still, the players from foreign league have much more potential of being better than players at Watford.
Why do I always get the feeling that there is some French player called D. Decor as well? Somewhere like lying.
But anyway, this game is at Goodison Park. I'm going for an Everton win, man. They'll win. Like Richarlison will score an ugly goal and make fun of the Liverpool defense.
I didn't think Richarlison was that kind of personality, but we'll.
Yeah, but don't you remember last year he said something of against Virgil van Dijk. He said that I'm going to do this and that, and the game ended as a goalless draw. So,
so according to Yash Baru, he didn't do this and that.
They're waiting for this and that, and they forgot to score goals.
Yeah.
All right, so a scrappy 1-0 win for Everton is what Yash is going for. Baru, what's your game for the weekend? What are you going to watch? Man City, Arsenal, I'm assuming?
Nah, that's Arsenal already have that one in the bag.
So you're not so interested in...
So I think Merseyside derby should be the one to watch, especially with Everton being in such good form.
The point of doing this was so that you both can give 1-1 game each. Not both of you agree, like, are yehi game hai.
Why? Like, what's with this one host, one vote?
I mean, this
is the bigger picture.
The very big picture. Oh, okay, fine, whatever. So for you also Merseyside derby. And for your sake, Baru, I'll watch the City versus Arsenal because I have a feeling City, I think Guardiola has had enough of these memes of how Arteta the brains behind his operation.
I think he's going to keep a dummy over there now so that he doesn't end up talking to an empty seat.
Imagine he enters the stadium with a doll. Alrighty, guys. I think we've gone on for too long. Yash, adios.
Bye-bye.
And Baru.
Later.
Okay, bye, guys. Take care.
Remember the last vacation you took? What about the one you took 3 years ago? Okay, how much do you really remember? It's a question I've asked myself often over a decade of traveling the world. Hey, I'm Utsav and I do not travel the world for a living. I have a full-time job and responsibilities. but I have made traveling the world a priority. Priority enough that I negotiate extra leave in my job contracts, obsessively track my frequent flyer miles, and I'm willing to take off at the sight of a cheap ticket. Yes, I am cheap. I have lived and worked in 3 countries. I understand human behavior for a living. And these experiences have given me unique insights into places, people, and culture. With over a decade of travel behind me, I increasingly realized one thing, that we cannot see everything. So whatever we see, we must see deeply. Because as the film of memory decays, the imprints which will stand the test of time are the ones felt by the immersion of the senses, not by fleeting encounters with them. Postcards from Nowhere is an immersion into the world of slow travel, one story at a time. Tune in every Thursday on the IVM Podcasts app, website, or wherever you get your podcast from.
Entertainment is like food for the brain. It's a window to culture and a great way to understand the world around us. The internet has changed what it means to be an entertainer, creating new storytellers with millions of fans. It has spawned a new breed, the story sellers, those behind the scenes creating the business for this ecosystem. They work with brands, platforms and channels who are keen to capitalize on an audience hungrier than ever for more stories. I'm Vineet Kanabar, and I have a ringside view to how stories are told and sold. On my show, I bring you creators, artists, executives, and marketers for a freewheeling conversation around the business of entertainment. Tune in to Storytellers and Story Sellers for personal stories, analysis, and criticism every Thursdays as I talk to the brightest minds telling or selling great stories today.